I think the meeting is being, yes, the meeting is now being recorded. If you feel your face should not be used for commercial or non-commercial purposes, please do put yourself on video silent mode or drop off, because we will continue recording unless we hear from anyone that the meeting should not be recorded. Welcome to the last single-digit meeting of the All Elite Advanced Toastmasters. We have 90 more meetings to go before we can say, oh, welcome to the last double-digit meeting of BKC Fireflies, and then 990 more meetings to go before we can say we're moving into four figures. So yes, you are at a critical juncture of the life of this club. We are now going to be in double digits. We're no longer kids. We're going to be adolescents soon, once we hit 10 years old, 10 meetings old. This is a big moment for us because it's Saturday and you chose to be with us at the All Elite Toastmasters. It is an honor for us. It's a pleasure for us to host all of you in this meeting. I'm sure I speak for all the XCOM of All Elite that this is the place to be on a Saturday night. It's either here or at a bar. So you chose to be here, which all kudos to you, all credit to you for having made the choice, which supports your growth as an individual. Speaking of growth, the mission of any Toastmasters club, and this one, is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. If you came here intending to feel less confident about yourself or to lose some of your leadership skills, this is not the place to be. Because we would like you to leave this meeting with more self-confidence and more leadership skills. Speaking of self-confidence, one thing I completely lack is the ability to tell jokes, which is why I took up the role of the Sergeant at Arms. I'm going to tell a joke, and hopefully it will not bomb as my other jokes do, because I'm following in the footsteps of our presiding officer, who last time made life difficult for us with all the laughter she provided with her jokes and her one-liners. So here goes. Have you guys heard of this new movie coming out? It's a remake of a movie with Kareena Kapoor and Shahid Kapoor. It's set in Hollywood and set in the time of COVID. It's a nurse-patient romance. You know what it's called? Oh yeah, Steve's already putting up his hand. What is it?
Jab, we met.
Oh man, I hate you, but thank you. That's the joke. Jab, we met. At least somebody got the joke. I'm so glad. I think I can see Puneet using the laughter emoji. I'm happy for that. So this is my 1 minute of in the spotlight of joke making. I'm going to call up the presiding officer next, who's going to take over the rest of the meeting. Oh yeah, before I continue, let me just quickly run through the rules of the meeting. Please, if you have noise-making devices, including children, make sure they're not in the room with you. If you have a car which backfires every time you turn it on, you switch it on, make sure your spouse or your friend or your father or your mother, whoever turns on the car, does not do that. If you have a pressure cooker, you should have finished cooking before the meeting, or you should continue the cooking after the meeting. Other than that, the rules of the road are, this is a meeting for advanced Toastmasters, a meeting where feelings might be bruised, egos might be hurt, or the other way around. Feelings might be hurt and egos might be bruised. In any case, make sure that you come to this, continue the rest of the meeting with an open mind, with an open heart. And I leave you in the care of our presiding officer, Madam President Nirmala Menon, to take over the rest of the meeting. Madam President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. That was really, you said you don't have a humor bone. You do have it. You do have it. Let me tell you that. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. For the benefit of new members and our guests, this platform, the Elite Advanced Toastmasters meeting, is different from a regular Toastmasters meeting. Well, how, you may ask? In a manner that here the benefits are manifold. For example, we become richer in the areas of communication, presentation. You would tell me that happens in every meeting. More aware of our body language, that happens in every meeting. We play different roles in every meeting, in any Toastmasters meeting, right? But the difference here is the feedback we receive from our evaluators. Not one, not two, but three evaluators evaluating our speeches, the prepared speeches, like the lead evaluator, the content evaluator, and the delivery evaluator. And surprise, for table topics, you have evaluators as well, who will give commendation and recommendation for each and every table topic speech too. All this goes a long way in developing a communication, presentation, writing, delivery, listening, and observation skills. That's a huge opportunity, wouldn't you say? I feel so. Added to this, we are in the vicinity of very experienced Toastmasters who bring in valuable insights and knowledge to each of our meetings. If our guests and new members must be wondering, what? So many evaluators evaluating speeches? Be with us. I request you to be with us till the end and experience it for yourself. That's the best way to understand what the platform is all about. Interacting with our guests is something we always look forward to. I would request all our guests to participate and be with us till the end of the meeting. But before that, I would request our guests to share the expectations from this platform. What brings them to this platform? Can we have our guests speak? Uh, Kunal, could you help me? We have Naveen Parwal.
Yeah. Hi, good evening,
Good
and
evening.
thanks for welcoming me. And today I shall be playing the role of a grammarian, and it's always a pleasure to visit Toastmasters Club. And of course, if it's an advanced club, uh, the more challenging it becomes. Nevertheless, there's more of learning, and that's what I'm looking out for, to learn more and to enhance my skills as a grammarian, so that, and also to get some feedback as a grammarian on how I could improvise further. So I look forward to attending this meeting and learning from all of you. Thank you.
When you heard the name All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club,
Hmm.
what went on in your mind? What
Well,
kind of a
actually,
club?
I mean, in my career or my pathways of Toastmasters, I've been a member of 4 advanced clubs so far.
Wow.
Like, of course, I prefer advanced clubs because I mean, I've learned a lot of things from Toastmasters in my last decade of my participation in Toastmasters, because of the rigorous evaluation that they have, especially out here in Singapore. I'm joining in from Singapore.
All right.
That's the main thing I really enjoy in the advanced clubs.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, that's really awesome. Thank you so much, Navin. We have Tejal. Tejal, can you come online?
Yes, hello everyone.
Uh, can we spotlight Tejal?
Yes,
Hi, Tejal.
hi everyone. I am Tanvi's cousin. So this is the first time for me in any Toastmasters meeting. But since she's also the Toastmaster of the day, I really was looking forward to what this would be like, and maybe like in the future become a part of a beginners club.
Okay, wow. Welcome. Welcome to Toastmasters, Toastmaster family.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here, Tejal.
Thank you
We
so
have
much.
Aditya with us.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I've attended a few advanced meetings before, and as Naveen shared, the rigorous evaluation that are in place, that really gives you a different perspective than what you would otherwise witness in a normal meeting or regular club. So that brings me here today as well, and I'm going to play the role of a G, so that's exciting in an advanced club. So yeah, looking forward to it, and yeah, back to you, Nirmala.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. Advair Dixit. I can see someone, yeah, counter. Okay. Advair Dixit.
Um, Good evening, everyone. I got to know about this meeting from Aditya Saxena. He said that this your meeting today requires an R counter and a timer, so I decided to take up the role of the R counter. The reason I'm attending is because during the pandemic, I've kind of made a practice of visiting many clubs outside Pune. I've also attended a few meetings outside India, but I haven't really attended any meeting in Mumbai yet. And when I learned that this is a club based in Mumbai, I thought this is a great opportunity to attend a Mumbai based club meeting.
Wonderful. Wonderful for sharing, Advair.
Thank you.
We have Krishna Khan Brahmbhat. Krishna Khan, are you there, Krishna Khan? We have Mahavir. I think Mahavir Chanodia had come visited our club once before also. Mahavir, are you there?
Madam, please note I'm a member of this club.
Oh, yes, yes, Mahavir. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Yeah, forgive me. Yes, yes. Absolutely, Sai. I'm so sorry. Do we have any other guests? Can someone help me out here?
I think we have covered all.
Sorry?
We have covered all the guests.
Yeah, we have covered everyone. Wonderful. All right. I would request all Toastmasters and guests to be with us till the end of the meeting and interact and participate actively. Having said this, we will move on into the thick of the meeting. I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tanvi, to take the meeting further. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanvi.
Thank you so much, Madam President, for that super energetic opening. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, wish you all a fabulous evening. Welcome to yet another meeting full of fun and learning and joy with All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club. I, Toastmaster Tanvi, am excited to be a host for today. One household item that has attained celebrity status during the COVID pandemic is the humble soap. The first historical evidence of soap dates back to 2800 BC. This was from a soap-like material that was found in clay cylinders during the excavation of Babylon. Inscriptions on the cylinders say that fats were boiled with wooden ashes, which is a method of making soap that is followed to this day. According to Roman legend, the name soap comes from Mount Sapo. This was an ancient site of animal sacrifice, so rainwater that fell on the mountain would mix with animal fat and ashes, resulting in a mixture that made cleaning a lot easier. Disclaimer, I do not know if there is such a mountain, there is no evidence of it. But it's a good story to tell anyway. Ancient Babylonians, Mesopotamians, Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans were all making their own version of soap by mixing animal fat, oil, and salts. Tallow, or animal fat, along with lye, is a basic ingredient of soap. Lye as in LYE, which is an alkaline chemical that is obtained when wood is burned at high temperatures. Now, who would have thought that wood burned at high temperatures gives off a substance that is so caustic that it can burn anything it comes into contact with, including your skin. So, soap makers have to wear protective gear to prevent the toxic lye from coming into contact with skin or eyes. And once this caustic lye is mixed with animal fat, the process is called saponification. This caustic product is then neutralized, and hey presto, the soap is born. So this basic method of making soap is still pretty much the same. But then during World War I, there was a shortage of animal and vegetable fat, which is required for making soap. But there was a very, very high need for cleaning agents because of war injuries. So, necessity being the mother of invention, German scientists experimented with other raw materials, which were synthesized into chemicals with similar properties. These synthetically derived cleaning agents are now known as detergents. So, most commercial soaps of today are actually technically detergents. Animal-based or vegetable-based oils are largely replaced by synthetic materials. In a strictly technical sense, your luxury bathing bars, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, are detergents. So the enzymes in detergents enable faster cleaning and the manufacturing process is cheaper. Modern cleaning agents also appeal to the aesthetic side, with perfumes and dyes, essential oils, and what have you. But here, I will stop my soap opera and let us get on with our meeting. First, let me explain today's program for the benefit of our guests. We have 3 sessions in this meeting. The first will consist of 2 prepared speeches, based on certain objectives from the speaker's pathways. The second session will be impromptu speaking or table topics, where you will learn to think fast and off the cuff. I encourage all our guests to participate in this fun session. The third session will be evaluations of the prepared speeches by experienced members who will give their feedback to help the speakers improve. Let me now introduce our wonderful Toastmasters who will help me in the conduct and control of this meeting. Starting this meeting bang on time in his signature style was a Toastmaster who's the founder of Moogle.cc, which helps you to create your online presence in minutes. Let us have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sai, who's the Sergeant at Arms today. To ensure that we stay well on time throughout the meeting, we have someone who's a technophile and researcher by profession, a Toastmaster by passion, and a volunteer by choice. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Akshay, who will now explain his role as the timer. Over to you, Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Hope I am audible and visible.
Yes.
As the timer, my duty is to time your prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. I shall explain the time allotted as per the session. For the prepared speech, the time allotted varies as per the sub-project and will be stated by the evaluator. For example, the icebreaker speech is of 4 to 6 minutes, which means I shall show the green card at 4 minutes, which is the minimum specified time, the yellow card at the target time, which is yellow, at 5 minutes, and red card at 6 minutes, which is the maximum specified time. Let me share the screen so that you can know what the color of cards are. Any member who wishes to share their slide can let me know on the chat. Accordingly, I can show the color of cards on my virtual background. Speaker must meet the specified time limit to qualify for the awards at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Tanvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay. Crutch words like right, so distract the audience and reduce the impact of our speech. To keep track of such vocalized pauses, we have someone who's a student of computer application who likes to write about things that he finds interesting. He also loves to keep on learning. Please welcome our counter, Toastmaster Advait Dixit, with a huge round of applause. Can you imagine life without language? To critically evaluate the language that we use in our meeting today, we have someone who's a stock market whiz. When he is not multiplying his money by investing it, he is spending it on traveling and photography. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Naveen Parwal, who will now introduce the word of the day and the idiom of the day.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And today my role is that of a grammarian. And of course, as a grammarian, my role is to catch good words and to present it in my report towards the end of the session. And apart from that, which are the areas which we can improve on? And in order to do that, of course, I would also be encouraging you to use the word of the day, which is ebullient, E-B-U-L-L-I-N-T, and it means cheerful and full of energy. And I'm sure an example is that she sounded ebullient and happy. So I'm looking forward towards an ebullient meeting today. And apart from that, I would also like to encourage you to use the idiom of the day, which is over the top. That is excessive, exaggerated, or doing something which is beyond your normal limit. So I'll be keeping a note of whoever used these two things, that is the idiom of the day and the word of the day. And I would encourage you to use it in your prepared speeches, in your table topics, or wherever you can. So over to you, General Evan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naveen. We also have a Toastmaster who will silently observe every single aspect of the meeting and later give us feedback on each role player as well as general comments. To act as the general evaluator, we have an instrumentation and control engineer. He's also the area director-elect of Area P1 and the master of sarcasm. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Aditya Saxena. I request everyone to please mute themselves if they're not speaking. And with that, okay, would someone like to say something? I hear something in the background. Now we begin our first session, that is the prepared speeches. Each speech is from a pathway and has certain fixed objectives and a specified time limit. That is why we call it a project. I request all the speakers to check their audio and video before starting. Our first speaker for the day defies definition. A former VP with Reliance, an accomplished table tennis player, a distinguished Toastmaster and public speaking champion, a yoga and meditation practitioner, and an avid globetrotter. He is truly a well-rounded personality. Please put your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Atul Srivastava. I request the lead coach on this project, Toastmaster Jai Singh, to read out the title and objectives of his speech.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The objectives of the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. And I hope our Toastmaster, our speaker, will definitely today deliver an excellent performance, and everyone will be surprised. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Atul Srivastava, Taming the Road Monster. Taming the Road Monster, Toastmaster Atul Srivastava.
Before I start, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Timer, can you show me one color? Green at least.
I think when the screen is shared, he won't be able to share his.
No, his background color is there. Yes, I can see Toastmaster structure. Yeah, I am ready to go. Can you reset it to white color? Yeah, yellow, red. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Welcome to my presentation, Taming the Road Monster. This has been done by a road monster. Size of the road monster in India. In India, road accidents have been killing about 1.5 lakh people every year over the last 1 decade until 2019. In 2015, India signed the Brasilia Declaration for reducing road accidents and fatalities by 50%. The road accidents were promised to be reduced from road fatalities were promised to be reduced from 1.4 lakh to 70,000 in 2050 at the World Conference. In 2017, unfortunately, road accidents decreased merely by 3.27% only, with 4.6 lakh road crashes against 4.8 lakhs in 2016. There was only 5,000 less deaths this year. If you see the trend from 2016 to 2019, the annual death toll on Indian roads was 1.5 lakhs. Only in 2017, it slightly dipped by 5,000 deaths. Otherwise, it was 1.5 lakhs. And 2020, it went down to 1.25 lakhs only because of the pandemic, because people were not driving out. This statistics is from the Transport Research Wing of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways in India. Symbolically, one small city is wiped out every year by this virtual road monster. By the time I finish my speech in 7 minutes, 2 more people would die in road accidents in India to contribute to this national statistics on this road monster. What is this road monster? Our carelessness and carelessness of others. This statistics is from, again, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. As you can see, from 2007 till 2017 or so, the death toll had been rising steadily from 1,20,000, went up to 2011, up to 1,30,000. There was slight decrease, but then steadily it went up to 1,50,000 in 2016, and then there was slightly dip of 5,000 deaths in 2017. Then it went up again in 2019 to 1,50,000. But in 2020, as I told you, because of pandemic, people are driving less, so about 20% less deaths were reported because of the lockdown. If there had been no pandemic, this curve had been going up because of the carelessness. Of course, the government of India is making efforts, but still we are far from our promise that we will reduce our death toll to 70,000 from 1.5 lakhs. What are the causes for existence of this road monster? The causes are based on some road safety international conferences. I have also attended some of the conferences. I can mention the Arab Mashriq Road Conference, where I also spoke, and another one was organized by Supreme Council of Qatar, where also I spoke along with other speakers. So these causes are based on those conferences. Excessive positive thinking of people with no focus on consequence. You know, they think that once they came out of the house, they will reach their destination, come what, they don't have to look left, they don't have to look right, everything will go fine. And in the process, they even do the stunts, you know, and they go through the busy road, they speed up, they do all the monkey business. I will take my own case. When I was a teenager, I used to ride motorbike without helmet and speeding in through the heavy traffic, high speed. And I now realize how foolish I was. Probably I would not be speaking in front of you if I had lost my life then. I used to, when I was young, I used to do 4-wheel drive and I used to look left and right. I was so much confident, nothing will happen to me. Everything was positive. Dopamine was high in my blood. And once, while looking left on a beautiful building, I drove on a footpath. Luckily, nobody was injured. So young people are very positive. They are very excited. They're full of excitement. And in our country, no aggressive measures are taken. I will talk more about it later. And less awareness about defensive driving. People don't have a second thought. Look, somebody can come from other lane to my lane, and we should be careful on the intersections while changing lanes. We should be stopping till the full green comes on the signals. There are design problems on the roads like potholes, bumps on the road with no signages, and things like that. Excessive population is another reason. More vehicles, more accidents. How to tame this monster? Again, the suggestions are based on international road safety networking. The first way is psychological way, strong way. Psychological way is like showing some very bad accident pictures to the teenagers, to those who are offensive on the roads, and they will think, oh, this can happen to me as well. Bodies can be mutilated. And that makes a psychological change. When you give them license, show them those pictures. Incentives to those good drivers, if they have not caused accident Of course, insurance people don't charge, they reduce the premium, but also give them the award to the good drivers. Punitive should be in spirit. Sometimes our traffic police let people go. So defensive driving should be brought in. Analysis of driving patterns should be there. Whenever we see regular road conditions, bad road conditions, we should report to the traffic police by dialing 100. Make safety WhatsApp group whenever you are in the residential area, and provide a highest patronage. Like in Hong Kong and Singapore, even prime ministers speak about it. In our country also, our transport minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, speaks about it, and promote quality of life through population reduction. We don't want our head to be cracked like this egg, do we? If not, always wear your helmet and seat belts. Go home safe. Be ebullient with your friends. Over to you, top Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Atul, for that insightful and very apt speech. I request everyone to take 1 minute to give your feedback on the personal chat window. Timer, please take note and let me know once the minute is up.
One minute's done.
Thank you. I hope everyone has given their feedback. Our second speaker is an ebullient speaker who's been DTM 4 times and has also served as the first district director of District 98. Please put your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant. I request the lead coach, Toastmaster Sai, to read out the title and objectives of his speech.
I thought Brilliant was the third speaker. Am I mistaking something here?
Yeah, the second speaker is actually doing her table topics project, so she'll be the table topic master.
Oh, I see. I did not realize that. My mistake. I'm very sorry about that. Madam Toastmaster of the day, our second speaker, Toastmaster Brilliant, distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant, is also expected to learn the basics of research and use his learnings to present a well-researched and well-organized speech on a topic of his choice. I will be assisted by 2 other evaluators for my evaluation of distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant speech. His speech will last from 5 to 7 minutes, and that is my report about his evaluation. Back to you, Toastmaster, today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sai. Toastmaster Brilliant, what's on your mind? What's on your mind, Toastmaster Brilliant?
Check. Audible, visible?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see the timer cards. Thank you so much, Akshay. Just let me pin this up. Yeah. What's on your mind, Brilliant? My eyes scrolled down and I started to read. That's when the grammarian Naveen gave us a wonderful word of the day, ebullient. And I searched for a statement that would fit to this project. I couldn't find any. And then I decided I would rather be an ebullient man who would rather be wrong than undecided. What's on your mind, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? And yes, Toastmaster of the day. If you are active on Facebook, you exactly know what I mean. And as if by magic, the moment I clicked Facebook again, I saw a pop-up. Ebullient multicolored balloons, free delivery, advertisement on Facebook. Is it a coincidence? or something scary. And I was transported way back to May 2020. Tring, tring. It's Sarita. Brilliant. Can you believe this? I have an Ouija board advertisement on FB. What? We just spoke about it on a WhatsApp group, isn't it? That's what's scaring me, Brilliant. OMG, this is ridiculous. They are listening to us. I froze and I stayed still for a very long time. Brilliant. You've been sitting idle for more than 15 minutes. Get up and move your body, move your body. That was my digital assistant telling me that I need to stay fit, and I was not moving for the last 15 minutes. So many things happening, and I realized as a child, I expected my father to buy me a helicopter or an aeroplane every single time the results were announced, because I knew I would top the class. And every single time he would come back from office on the day of the results, and inevitably he would have the gift that I wanted. I still wonder how he knew. Maybe it was just love. It made me feel over the top for sure. But Ouija boards on Facebook? Scary, but true. I realized that I was a customer, a consumer in this commercial world. And increasingly, I've been experiencing the power of the personalized brand engagement, sometimes bombardment. And I would seriously wonder, how are they talking about what's in my mind? Recently, post a business review, I spoke to Kashif, my digital marketing head, and he shared with me an Adobe study on a global digital trends, especially focusing on the financial sector and the services landscape. And guess what he said? 31% of the firms are prioritizing their efforts in marketing by redefining the customer journeys, compared to 19% of the firms in the other industry by using something called as hyper personalization. Dimag ki batti jalao moment. The sudden bright light in my mind popped up. No wonder I keep getting those pop-ups from ICICI, yes, Kotak, HDFC, even SBI cards. Kashif also told me that almost every app on my phone that is linked by my email are talking to each other. This is specifically useful to product and services organizations that can now curate BSO solutions for me. Products and services based on what it has learned about me and my behavior on social media and apps. I jokingly told Kashif, I live in Mumbai and the city never sleeps. Kashif laughed. While you may still get your 40 wings, your apps never sleep. They are constantly capturing data about you, from you and your actions, and sending it to someone. As I reflected, I started to realize something. The continuous posting on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp chat, sharing what's on my mind regularly, was sharing my online life and behavior, and was being tracked every single moment. Hyper-personalization, my dear friends, according to Kashif and the study that he shared with me, is about the understanding of a customer like me in highly intimate level by leveraging artificial intelligence and the machine learning. Some of the key experiences which Kashif told me that it is thanks to hyper-personalization, the sudden pop-up on my car insurance, the loan that I probably get at a much discounted rate, the courses based on predictive AI models that is tailored specifically to me. For them, I am just a TG, a target group. Personalized digital content has doubled from 7% in 2018 to 13% in 2019. And according to Adobe, hyper-personalization has experienced a spike. Firms are creating and tailoring contents for individuals like me. Last week, when I logged into Swiggy to order, guess what? Hyper-personalization showed up. It quickly said, last time you ordered this, would you like to repeat? I mean, this simply got into my head. It saves me time and efforts. I just pressed yes. Thanks to COVID, with almost everything being online, 88% of the customers expect the companies to hyper-personalize. Dear friends, Netflix tells me, because you watch Suits, you should watch The Good Wife, The Boston Legal, and so many more. Times are changing. I used to be happy when I used to get an SMS or an email from the service provider on my birthday. But today, I'm being stalked. I get it on Vaishali's birthday. I get it on Ved's birthday, my marriage anniversary, and the first time I went to a store. Dear friends, it helps the companies, hyper-personalization, but I feel naked, like a man running on the street, not like Archimedes. Should I be scared? I don't know. Ding! Victoria's Secret has launched a new lingerie. Oh my God. Before your naughty minds start to wander and you start getting ideas, I want to warn you, I will start reading yours. What's on your mind, Toastmaster of the Day?
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster. Brilliant. A true picture of the over-the-top digital media content generation these days. With that, let us take a minute of silence to write feedback for Toastmaster Brilliant. Timer, could you please notify me when the time is up?
One minute is done.
Thank you so much, Timer. Our next speaker is going to conduct an interesting session, Table Topics. She is an entrepreneur in marketing services and loves listening to songs, traveling, and writing. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our Table Topics Master, who's also our presiding officer, Toastmaster Nirmala Menon. May I request her lead coach, Toastmaster Kunal, to read her objectives.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm here today as the lead coach for Nirmala Menon. This is a level 2 project 2, the active listening project. The purpose of this project is for her to demonstrate her active listening skills, and for this, she will be taking up the role of the Table Topics Master for today. She'll be giving feedback to the speakers and show that she's actively listening. I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Nirmala. With this, I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kunal. Over to you, Table Topics Master Nirmala.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Tanvi. Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Toastmaster Kunal, are we ready with the presentation?
Yes, we are. Just a second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We don't need to show it now. You can just be ready.
Okay.
Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Ever heard of the saying, killing two birds with one stone? I'm lucky. That's my project too from my pathway. Persuasive influence, active listening. No, it is not what you think. Killing two birds with one stone is not my project. But being a table topic master is. And in this project, as my lead evaluator has indicated, I have to keenly listen to each speaker and give my thoughts on each speech here. Here I get to be a speaker, finish my project and be a table topic master. So killing two birds with, you can call it killing two birds with one stone, or having my cake and eating it too. Let's begin. Are you ready? Thank you. Table Topics is that one platform where we can practice the art of speaking, articulating with no preparation at all, with just our thoughts, language skills, experience, and courage. The more we try our hand at this, the more adept and effective we become in the art of impromptu speaking. Once we master this art, we will never be at a loss for words. Anytime a situation or an opportunity presents itself where we have to speak on the spot, whether we are prepared or not, we will never be at a loss for words. We can comfortably and confidently deliver the speech. Table Topics helps us develop 4 vital communication skills. And what are they? Listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering within that 2 minutes. The topics I prepared for you will hopefully help all of us become better at improvisation and effective in delivery. At Toastmasters, we try and provide a speaking opportunity to maximum audience members. This session is not restricted to members alone, let me tell you. I would request all our esteemed guests to fully participate. Thank you. Where choosing participants are concerned, I have found that this system works very well for me. I will call one of you. You will choose a name of that Toastmaster or guest, and that person will be given a topic to speak upon. And whoever speaks, the speaker will choose the next speaker. So this will go on and on till we finish our topics. Please do not, humble request, please do not select the general evaluator, since he will be evaluating the entire meeting. I'll also request each one of you to keep one name ready so we don't waste time looking at the list of participants and ensure efficacy of the session. As much as possible, choose members and guests who have not spoken or have not taken up any roles. I would also request each of our ebullient speakers to use the word of the day, ebullient, stated by a grammarian in his or her table topic speech. Every table topic speaker will have one evaluator who will give one relevant commendation and one recommendation to the speaker. Before we begin, I request our timer, Toastmaster Akshay, to call out the timing guidelines for the table topic speakers and the table topic evaluators. Toastmaster Akshay?
Thank you, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Nirmala. For the table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. I will display the green screen at the minimum qualifying time, yellow screen at the midpoint, and the red screen at the maximum qualifying time till the end of the speech. That means at 1 minute, green screen will show up, at 1.5 minutes, yellow screen will show up, and at 2 minutes, the red screen will show up. For table topics, there is a grace of 30 seconds only after the red screen is displayed. Also, for the table topic evaluators, the time is 1 minute. You have to share your recommendation and one commendation within that 1 minute. For the same, I shall show red card at the end of 1 minute. Over to you, Toastmaster Nirmala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. So shall we begin? Can we go to the next slide, Toastmaster Kunal? All right, I'll choose the first speaker. Can we have Toastmaster Tejal? Toastmaster Tejal?
Yes, hello.
Yes. Could you start by choosing your topic?
I have to choose a number from among these?
Yes, please.
Number 3.
If you were to win any such award, if you can look at the graphic, if you were to win any such award, which one would you win? This is all related to the COVID situation we were facing in 2020, and it's still ongoing. So if you see the awards, If you were to win any such awards, which one would you win?
Okay, so now do I speak on it or do I have to nominate a person?
Yeah, please. I know you have to speak on it. Yeah, Kunal, we can go back. The green, this particular square. Yeah. Yes, Tejal, you may start.
So can I just confirm, like from among the badges that you showed me, I have to pick one and talk about it, right?
Either those or you can have your own. You can create something. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Thanks.
So yeah, so I'd like to talk on the topic of thought about doing a workout. So so since the COVID lockdown has started, it's been like nobody can go to the gym, and it's everyone has to figure out a way to, you know, move themselves within the house. And now we are limited to just the 4 5 rooms of the house, and we don't know like how do we get into get some movement into our daily life and get going. So everybody does like start thinking about doing a workout, but then they tend to, you know, procrastinate or think maybe a little later, not now. But then the realization hits that I'm not going out, I'm not going for a walk, I'm going to have to do something. So yes, you do think about it, and then you again go back to your Instagram or your this thing, and then you go through the while scrolling again, you feel maybe I should be doing something. And finally, you do make up your mind to get moving. So then it could be anything like walking in the house, just starting with a simple jog in place, or, you know, taking your laptop on a stool and then, you know, moving your legs or something. It should be just to start, and then you can get going. It's easy for some people, but some people find it really difficult to, you know, push themselves to do it. But then this lockdown has also got us in the thought process or the realization that we have to keep fit in order to fight this virus, to be strong, to have greater immunity. So that is another motivation for us. So it's something that we should all be trying towards. I myself have been pushing myself to work out better, to get fit, and make sure that I can fight this lockdown with a better immunity, with better health. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejal. Can we have somebody evaluating Toastmaster Tejal? Who would like to take up the evaluation?
Hey, Nirmala, this is Sita here. Toastmaster Nirmala, if I can evaluate.
Please, yes.
Yeah, sure. Tejal, that was a very nice way to approach a table topic discussion, and it wasn't easy. You had many points or awards to pick up. You took your time, which is important for before you really start off, which was very nice. And given the little that we have heard about you, it's probably your first time, trying to get into a table topic. So brilliant stuff to get to the topic, speak for it, and then gradually introduce your personal story. So it came a bit late. That was one recommendation I would give you. You could have probably, it's about you winning the award. So you could say how, you really are procrastinating and not doing it. So somewhere you could have brought the personal story a bit earlier. Otherwise, I found you totally in the zone. You were comfortable, and that's a nice way to start a table topic speech. Excellent job, Tejal. Over to you.
Thank
you. Nirmala ji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sita. I would like to give my comments on your speech, Tejal. Yes, I did. I mean, when you were introduced to the subject, you took your time, which we can do. We take that 30 seconds where we can think about what we are going to say. So you did it very nicely. You also spoke about what we can do, what we how it would impact us. but I could not see a I there. That is what I wanted right from the start. So when, as Toastmaster Sita gave the feedback, it should have been about you. I would have won the exercise, I mean, that particular award of the, and that is what you should have spoken about. So that is what I would have looked forward to. But having said that, you did a good job. Although towards the end you came to that particular, maybe you realized that you were talking a lot of I mean, we and yous were being added, so you brought an I in bit, towards the end, which was commendable, no doubt about it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you for your feedbacks.
We move on to the next speaker. Can we see the presentation? Toastmaster Akshay, Toastmaster Kunal. Toastmaster Tejal, you get to choose the next speaker. Toastmaster Tejal? Tejal?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Tejal,
Yes.
you get to choose the next speaker.
Okay, could it be Mr. Abhinav Thakur?
Wow. Abhinav, could we have you?
Yes, I'm online.
Wow, great. So please pick your number.
Number 4.
Okay. Domino's came up with a very effective ad during this period. The shots you want, the shots you need. Do you believe you can have the best of both worlds, Toastmaster Abhinav? And how? You please elaborate on it. Do you believe you can have the best of both worlds?
So every coin has two sides to it. And I believe you cannot live with only one side. You get a coin, you get the heads, and you get the tails. So I believe you can have the best of both the worlds as long as you balance it out. And that's where it gets tricky. It gets extremely tricky to balance it out. So I have started having Domino's pizzas from since I was a child. And I've seen how they have evolved over a period of time, which is amazing. And I just came across a video yesterday talking about how Domino's has actually outperformed even Amazon in the stock market. And this was something I was not aware of. And the reason they were able to do this because they kept evolving and they kept improving their product. So earlier, Domino's was always looking after the 30-minute delivery time. And slowly they realized they were losing customers because their customers were very upset that the pizza was too much like a cardboard. It tasted like that. The ingredients were stale and didn't taste fresh. So they changed their business model and they made the pizzas more fresh and baked on the spot. And this is what led to Domino's changing from being completely unhealthy, artificial cheese to being more perceived as healthy. So I think you can have the shots of Domino's. They're not as bad as they used to be now. And I also enjoy the Domino's pizzas now. And it's fine as long as you balance it out. I think it's fine. And coming to the shots you need, I think there's no discussion, there's no argument about this. This is definitely something you need, and you need it not just for yourself, right? We think that, okay, I'll take the shot, it'll protect me, but it'll protect the people next to you, the people near and dear to you, and it'll also protect the people who you don't even know, but you might prevent giving them a life-threatening disease. So I think you can have a balance, and you should go for both of them. Over to you, Tabletop Master of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinav. Can we have someone evaluating Toastmaster Abhinav? Please speak up.
May I?
Please. Puneet? Who is that?
Yeah, Abhinav, Jai Singh this side.
Jai Singh. Yes, please,
Yeah.
Jai Singh.
Okay. So Toastmaster Abhinav, you have added your personal experience in it. It was really a super job, which gives the authenticity. Yes, whatever you are saying, it's your personal experience. And as the story goes along, we were interested, okay, what will happen next? It was keep going on. But only one recommendation, or you can take it as my opinion. After 1 minute 20 seconds, I thought you are just filling the time. They were like, my friend is doing, my family is doing. These things maybe we can avoid. So what you can do, you can choose one topic and then fill complete time in that one. That's the only my opinion, my evaluation. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. Toastmaster Abhinav, table topics is all about talking about the subject, the relevance. In this particular, the graphic that I presented, the graphic had nothing to do with the topic. If you see the shots, it has nothing to do with the topic. It is not even, the best of both worlds. You understood what I'm trying to say. So when the question was asked, do you believe you can get the best of both worlds? It's very important to stick to what the question, what the topic is all about, and speak about that. So if you could have spoken about some kind of an experience where, of course, definitely what worked for you was, you said that there has to be a balance. That definitely worked. You brought this particular graphic, the whatever was shown, and you brought that into the particular topic. You created a synergy. Although what I would have wanted to know was some personal experience where you have managed to get the best of both worlds. Why not? We can attempt to get the best of both worlds, like having your cake and eating it too. The kind of the saying that I used previously. So having your cake and eating it too is what I wanted to come. That is what I wanted this topic to bring about. So that is my feedback to you. It's very important that we stick to the topic. We understand the topic and we stick to that. Thank you so much. You did really well. You spoke. We got to know a lot about dominoes and, of course, about the vaccination. Thank you so much. We will go on to the next topic. Kunal, can we see the presentation? Thank you, Abhinav.
Thank you.
Okay, who will be the next speaker? So, Abhinav, you get to choose the next speaker.
Okay, so next speaker, I would like to choose Toastmaster Aditya Saxena.
Okay, Toastmaster Aditya. Kunal, can we have the presentation? Yes. Please choose your number. Toastmaster Aditya.
I think number 3 is available. Yeah, so I'll go for 3.
Yeah. By number 3.
She is taken.
Oh yeah, it's
my bad.
So I think
I'll go for 1 then, 1 in that case.
I don't know if you can see it. Can eating boiled beetle leaf cure COVID-19? Is this a fact? Please give your views.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening to all of you. Can eating boiled beetle leaf actually cure COVID-19? Well, I'm not really sure since there are a lot of theories floating around. But one thing I can say is getting a jab, two of them if you can, will definitely help you stay safe in this deadly pandemic. Having said all this, a lot of this reminds me of the fact that many theories from the old age Ayurveda or similar traditional theories have come forward, which have given a good cause on why you should consume them or follow them. So maybe, yes, this can, I'm really not sure. I hope probably it's one of the WhatsApp forwards. But what I would suggest here is you follow the guidelines which are being in place, which is being circulated by agencies which are certified in this aspect. Be safe, follow all the precautions. While beetle leaf, well, I know beetle leaf has a lot other good things that people enjoy it for. So maybe as a pastime, you can consume that for your own, enjoyment or whatever. But having said that, I think taking all the precautions is all the more necessary and important. Over to you, table topics master.
Thank you, Aditya. Can I have a person evaluating, Toastmaster evaluating Toastmaster Aditya?
Okay, Toastmaster Nirmala, I will evaluate him. I'm Atul.
Atul, please.
Toastmaster Aditya, you had a very good take on the subject because you were not sure what beetle leaf can do, and you rightly said, I am not sure it can be one of the WhatsApp. messages, and you certainly recommended taking a jab or two. However, probably you should have said that, there is no harm in trying, because betel leaf is not a poison. Betel leaf has been eaten by people almost across whole India or whole Indian subcontinent. So there is no harm if a person is suffering from COVID and he eats the boiled stuff and it helps him. Yes, that is an experimental, well proven. So probably you should have said that. That's the only comment I wanted to give. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atul. My feedback here for you, Toastmaster Aditya, would be I'm happy to know that you're aware of all the necessary precautions that we have to take for COVID, and you're not swayed by such a kind of, what would you call it? Quack measures to counteract COVID. But having said that, yes, as Toastmaster Atul pointed out, certain things definitely helps, no doubt. There's nothing wrong in having it. The only thing, you could also have given some instance where people have taken some kind of quack measures to counter this particular dreaded virus, and they have failed. So that would have helped, a quick shot on that. But otherwise, I enjoyed what you said. I enjoyed your speech. Thank you so much. So Aditya, now you get to choose the next speaker.
I'm sorry, I think this would have to be the last speech, given the time constraints. But if time permits at the end, let us have it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Noted, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Can we now have the timers report for both the prepared speeches and the table topics?
Srimoti, if you can have one more topic, it's okay. We have a buffer of 10 minutes in the agenda. Yeah,
we do
please.
have that. I thought we had paused it. I was just taking the time.
Okay.
We have the 10 minutes. Yes.
All right, so let's have one more.
Yeah.
All right. So I think is Krishna Kant in the room? If he would like to come forward. Okay, maybe he's not there, I guess. I think I'll ask. Okay, he's here.
No, he's not unmuted.
Okay, no worries. Puneet, since you gave the honor to be a part of this meeting, I'll give you the honor to give a table topic.
So kind of you, but I think Mahavir sir is way more excited than me. So I think it's, since I already have 2 evaluations to go, I think the best is Mahavir. He's silently sitting and he's enjoying the meeting. So let's make him uncomfortable.
All right, Toastmaster Mahavir. Let's go with Toastmaster Mahavir.
Thank you, Puneet, for giving this honor to speak in table topics. Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Can we have the slide, Toastmaster Kunal? Okay, choose your number, Toastmaster Mahavir.
I think I have only 2 left for me.
Yes. Couchella. Do you think this is true in your case?
Yes.
I hope you've understood. This is
yes.
It is the self-explanatory.
Yes. This is not just a cartoon, what you have shown just now. This is the fact. This is the story of every house. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday, and what we are doing, apart from attending Toastmasters, is that sitting on the couch and having some chips and watching TV. I remember when this lockdown started, just before that, I rushed to DMart and all other stores and bought chips and chocolates and biscuits and a whole lot of stuff along with me, at least to last for next 6 months, though the initial lockdown was just for 21 days. This is what we do. Generally, I have seen people moving out to buy such things as necessity, and they endanger their life and got caught by Corona and all this stuff. Friends, I'm happy to announce that I have enjoyed this couch sitting so much that I have gained a weight of 10 kgs in last 1.5 years. And now I'm going to lose it by applying some way or the other, or I may again sit on the couch and watch some videos how to reduce that weight. This is happening not only to me, to all my family members who are there, and I am religiously following this lockdown and sitting at home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahavir. Can we have an evaluator for Mahavir? Any hands up?
All right, I'll go if one is there. Should I go ahead? Okay.
Yes, Aditya.
Right. So Toastmaster Mahavir, a really good table topic, I must say. A very good outlook, I would say, on this. A bit of humor here and there sprinkled all around with a very relatable topic, I must say. So I think that's one plus point of your table topic, is it immediately connects with everyone. And we all somewhere are, then contemplating our own stories in our head. Oh yes, I've also done that. I've been there. So that was a really good take on the topic. One small suggestion would be if you could elongate your story or add one personal instance, a greater one for your table topic. That would, I think, balance it out completely, make it more even. But having said that, I really enjoyed a table topic and it was a really good attempt. So yeah, back to the table topics, Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. My feedback for you, Toastmaster Mahavir, is yes, we have 2 minutes. Table topics, we can speak for 2 minutes. I too would have loved to have to listen to you. I mean, I enjoyed whatever you said. I enjoyed the humor you brought in, no doubt about it. But I also wanted to hear a lot more from you. So you had these 2 minutes where you could have kind of given us some kind of an instance where sitting on the couch or being a couchella. Really, I mean, that brought about something, some particular, story from you. That is what I was looking out for. But nevertheless, again, as both the what do you call the evaluator said, I enjoyed the humor that you brought into this particular topic. Thank you so much, Master Mahavir. Thank you. With this, I finish my table topics round. Are we sure? Do we still have time, Master TMOD?
I think we have something like 17 minutes, 10 minutes of a buffer. So let's take one more and later.
Yes, we do have time for one more.
Let's take one more.
Yeah. Can we have the slide, Master Kunal? So who will be our next speaker? So Toastmaster, yes. So can we select our next speaker? Toastmaster
May I nominate Sangeeta? I think she's a guest today.
Okay. Sangeeta, are you there?
Yes, good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, welcome. Please choose your number.
Okay, 4? Is 4 taken? Or is there only one left?
5 and 6 are pending.
Yeah,
okay.
5 and 6.
5.
Wonderful. Sangeeta, Sangeeta, if you had a chance or wanted to or are doing something to help someone or many people during COVID, what would you want to do that would benefit that person or persons?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and everybody in the meeting room. Oh, I have to start my video. Okay. I'm not in the... If I had a chance to talk to somebody who was having COVID, I would certainly first talk to him about being positive. The important thing that I have experienced so far is that people are getting more sick because of their own fear. If they could just tune their mind to understand that it's a passing thing. It is not here to stay. And it is you who can only fight it out. Take the positive thoughts, do the positive things, and keep your mind away from fear. That's what I would have advised him, and help him out of the fear of COVID. I have seen, to share an experience, a personal experience, I have seen somebody who went out thinking that, oh God, people are suffering, they're going breathless, they're hunting for oxygen, and so many things happening. So while it's happening, don't avoid it. At least be aware that you can still be strong. You can still put a thought that it's all right, it hasn't come to you. So don't start talking about all of it when it is not going to come to you at all, probably. So before it's affecting you, you're affecting it yourself much ahead, much in advance. So the whole point is to stay positive, be happy, be laughing, enjoy the time that you're getting with your friends. Laughter is the best medicine, I always say, and have some fun time. And I think that is something that I would suggest. Over to you, Toastmaster Nirmala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. I would request Toastmaster. Can I choose the evaluator now? Toastmaster Naveen.
Okay. Actually, I was laying stress more on the grammar, so I couldn't hear it properly. But nevertheless, whatever I could hear from Toastmaster Sangeeta, she delivered it extremely well, and she ended it on a very strong note by mentioning that laughter is the best medicine. Yes, it's a wonderful idiom that you had used, and that's what gets positivity for this particular message which you had. And of course, of course, I mean, you have structured it well, and the only area which I could find that you could have improved upon was that you could have just given your own personal example, although you had given it very faintly. But if you could just elaborate on that, that would have given more strength to the topic. That's my only take. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Sangeeta, my feedback, I wanted to share my thoughts with you about this particular speech of yours. I loved when you said that it is only you who can fight it out and keep your mind fear-free. These are the two aspects that's so important in today's pandemic situation. Thanks for sharing, of course, your views. I mean, you were very positive throughout the speech. Just one aspect that I was looking forward to is when you said that I came across a case, and I was waiting for that case, some case story. You know, I mean, the story for you to talk about something which didn't really come through. Otherwise, the whole speech that you have given was always on a positive note, and I'm really glad to hear it from you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Having said that, I think this would be the last one, Toastmaster Kunal.
Yeah.
Great. So with this, we end our table topic session. I hope the feedback that's given to each speaker will be beneficial for all of us. In fact, it's not just for the speaker, but every person, every Toastmaster, every guest who are there in this session. Definitely. Can I request the timer, Toastmaster Akshay, to give his timing report for each of these speeches?
Thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala.
Thank you.
Our first speaker, Toastmaster Tejal, took 45 seconds earlier in the start to understand the topic, and then the speech time was 2 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmasters Sitaraman gave the evaluation, which was again for 55 seconds. Next speaker was Toastmaster Abhinav, who took 2 minutes 12 seconds, and Toastmaster Jaising gave feedback for 45 seconds. After that, we had Toastmaster Aditya, who spoke for 1 minute 14 seconds, and feedback was given by Toastmaster Atul for 40 seconds. Then we had Toastmaster Mahavir, who spoke for 1 minute 40 seconds. Feedback was given by Aditya for 40 seconds. At the end, we had Toastmaster Sangeeta, who spoke for 2 minutes 12 seconds, and feedback was given by Naveen for 45 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay, for that elaborate timing you have given for each of the speaker and the evaluator. Thank you so much. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being such a participative audience. I thank each evaluator for giving such awesome evaluations, each speaker for having spoken in such a wonderful manner. Having said this, I also would like to thank all of you for helping me finish my project. I hope you have enjoyed participating in this session just as much as I enjoyed being the table topic master. Thank you once again. I now hand over the proceedings to Toastmaster Tanvi, our Toastmaster of the day, to take the meeting forward.
Thank you so much, Table Topics Master Nirmala. A truly ebullient session, I must say. May I call upon the timer to also indicate the timings for the prepared speeches?
Prepared speeches, Toastmaster Atul took 8 minutes and Toastmaster Brilliant took 7 minutes, 32 seconds.
Okay, so I think both have qualified for the voting, right?
No one is qualified for the voting.
No one is qualified.
Okay, no one's qualified. Okay. For the table topics, can we have the voting in that case? All right, while we are still voting, may I now invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Aditya Saxena, to conduct the evaluation session. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the day, Tanvi. We will now move on to the second episode of this soap opera, wherein we will now start with the evaluation segment. So my job as a general evaluator in general is to provide a feedback to all the role players who play the roles in the meeting and the meeting in general. And we will now first have the evaluation segment, wherein we will cover the speech evaluators and the tag team. I would first request the timer to please share the timings for the speech evaluators. Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Aditya. The speech evaluation times for the evaluation segment will be 1 to 2 minutes for each evaluator or the coach over here, which is content coach, delivery coach, and lead coach. After each evaluation, there will be a 30-second given to the speaker for the speaker's response. I shall show the red card at the end of all the timing guidelines and a green card at the end of 1 minute and yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Akshay. I will now call upon for the first speaker, that is distinguished Toastmaster Atul. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Jai Singh to call upon the 3 evaluators for this speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Jai.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Perfect. Thank you. Distinguished Toastmaster Atul, what a great speech you have delivered today. But before I put my comments, my perspective on it, I want to take the help from my team members. One member, Toastmaster Puneet, will help me for the evaluation in the content, and distinguished Toastmaster Arvind Nair will help us for the delivery evaluation. So first, I want to call Toastmaster Puneet on the stage for the content evaluation. Content coach, Toastmaster Puneet, please come on stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, lead coach Toastmaster Jay. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Toastmaster Atul, since we have given a powerful, content-rich presentation on taming the road monster, let me give my evaluation in the form of ROAD. The number one thing which I absolutely loved, the rich data and the vivid presentation. And you brought in a lot of credible sources from Ministry of Transport, backing your data with regards to fatalities and accident. And my favorite one at the end, where you gave the example in the form of egg and wearing helmet. So I really enjoyed that. Now, Atul, let's come back to the recommendation. How the O here stands for opening. Instead of saying, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, instead of that, cut away with that. I would have really loved if you had started your speech in this manner. At the end of my speech, 2 people would have died on the road. By the end of this year, a small city would have been collapsed. Bring your data at the first, so that instead of putting salutation. So I feel that would have added a lot more, that would have been a lot more dramatic to get our audience's attention. So O stands for opening. A, appropriately cut down repetitive content. In fact, COVID was repeated on a couple of occasions, and you were repeatedly explaining us the data. So I felt you could have reduced the repetition, and which brings out to my last point, which is D, dedicate more time to the solution. In fact, if I analyze your speech, I felt that less than 2 minutes was dedicated to the solution aspect of it. No doubt you had multiple solutions, Atul, but I would have loved if you had given at least 3 minutes to the solution part of it. Because all of us know about the problem aspect of it, but I wanted to know the solution. I would have really loved if you had dedicated a lot more time to the solution aspect of your speech. Nonetheless, let me summarize: rich data and powerful presentation is your strength. Have an opening which is powerful and attention grabbing, appropriately cut down the repetitive content, and dedicate more time to the solution so that you can make your speech a lot more richer. Back to you, lead evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. Thank you. Now let's go ahead with delivery coach. Delivery coach is distinguished Toastmaster Arvind. Now I want to request distinguished Toastmaster Arvind to come on the stage and put his evaluation report. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Taming the Road Monster. That the title wasn't something that could have been an ebullient speech. However, I felt that the speaker could have gone overboard or over the top with the delivery. Apart from having only reading, it was a speech, and a speech means delivery. It has to be delivered. It can't be read. So the first thing was there was ample scope if you had only delivered the speech. There was so much of data there that you could have expressed. Your voice could have been used to a better effect because there were deaths, and you could have also had your facial expressions to show the dismay that you could have, that all these were causing. There was a line where you said, in 7 minutes, 2 more will die. You said it so flatly because death means anything that can happen every day. But I would have loved if you said, by the end of the speech, 7 minutes, there would be 2 more deaths. That could have laid great emphasis on that speech. Your gestures weren't there because there was hardly anything that the hands came popping out onto the screen. But if you had, like I said, delivered the speech, there was ample scope for facial expressions, for emotions to be shown. I would have loved if that would have been done rather than just reading, which was very monotonous in your voice. Over to you, lead evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Arvind Nair. Most of the point have been already covered by delivery and content coaches. Now I will concentrate on the points which is really very important from my perspective and definitely from this Toastmaster community. First thing, your topic was research and presenting. And I have noticed maximum members are using the presentations, and more than 80% time they overshoot the timings. In the same case, we had also observed everything was more or less abrupt, and the content already you have overshoot it, and the call of the action or the last comments were really very important for us. So timing is very important. First thing which we have to take care. We have to put our content only in that one. Second, the content which you have shared like design problems on road, like potholes. So no one designed the potholes. Definitely I'm a designer, so I never designed potholes on the road. So you could use the maintenance of a road required more. That could be a definite help. Overall, you have scrutinized the government document and brought the eye-opening data for us. It will really helpful. And now I'm telling you, there are 22 members sitting and listening your speech. One or two, minimum one or two will take care for this. And when they travel, they definitely use the badge because they knows very well. Two people will die within 5 minutes or seven minutes, and they don't want to be one of them. Am I right? This type of call of action is the most important, and definitely you hooked on it. And all the audience who are present here will always remember it. So just focus on the timing side, which is more important. And whatever the data you have to put, try to put in the percentage so that we can easily remember it. And if the data is too much, then it's very difficult. Overall, it was a great speech, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope everyone else. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. I would now request distinguished Toastmaster Atul for his response for a quick 30-second.
Thank you, all the evaluators, for wonderful, positive value addition that you have given. Actually, this speech to make a behavioral shift in the audience required half an hour.
Correct.
To give a very powerful impact on the audience. I had delivered a similar speech for half an hour in some conferences, but I had a great challenge to condense everything in 7 minutes. But I'm sure if I get a chance to deliver this speech again for 7 minutes, I will implement all the suggestions I have got. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, DTM Atul. We will now move on to the second set of evaluations for the next speaker, which is distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant. To move ahead with this, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sai to lead this. Over to you, Toastmaster Sai.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. It is my team's pleasure to evaluate distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant. And I am making sure that there's nobody in the room to listen to the evaluation, because the last thing I want is ads for how to evaluate speeches or how to get better at public speaking. I'm going to change the rules a little bit. I'm going to call up the delivery evaluator first, distinguished Toastmaster Arvind, to evaluate the delivery of the distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant, because I really want to see the fight between two DTMs and how they'd go about their business of evaluating each other. Mr. Arvind Nair, over to you.
Thank you. What's on your mind? I must say the speaker was ebullient when he wanted to deliver this speech. And yes, he really took me over the top with all the delivery aspects that a speech could have. And it goes to show that the speaker has learned and invested his time and effort in understanding the nuances of delivery. Let me start with the eyes and the forehead. The gestures were so wonderful. The eyes said a lot where the emotions were concerned. And there were wrinkles on his forehead when he appeared to be a little afraid. There was also voice modulation when he had the various speakers, the characters he had with him. And there were good hand gestures which added to the emotions. The body language when he said, move it, was wonderful. Pauses were appropriate, and the message delivered would stay, I'm sure, for a long time to come, because it had all the elements of a beautiful delivery. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Arvind. I'm now going to call up Toastmaster Puneet to do the honors as the content evaluator.
The number one thing which I absolutely love in Distinguished Toastmaster's brilliant speech is content stickability. Permit me to explain. You have a data which was which was appropriate for this kind of speech and with the storytelling. When you have a data which is highly in terms of logic and when you have storytelling in the form of emotion, these combination have the great power to stick into our minds. And I love the way in which he used conversational style, the the communication which he had with his colleague Kashif, and my favorite, that Adobe study. And the entire theme of the speech was hyper personalization. And I love the way he brought in relevant example, relatable as well, because we all have experienced those. Now, almost it was like felt like a near flawless speech, Distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant. So, in addition to that, I also appreciate the creative opening and the conclusion as well. They were humorous, they were jovial, and there's one more important element which I've always observed in your speech is that you always enjoy your content. The moment you start enjoying your content, all these uh, over the top kind of thinking, it comes spontaneously to you. So I something which I really appreciate, and no doubt you are an ebullient speaker. Now there's this one tiny nitpick recommendation which I want to say in a near flawless speech is this tying out loose end. For example, when you said, how did my father come to know about all these things even before asking? So I had this one question: did Brilliant ever ask his father that how did his father come to know about this gift which he wanted? There's this one tiny small nitpick which I have to choose from this powerful ebullient content of yours. But having said that, I just wanted to know if you had just tied out a bit of that, I think it would have been a lot more complete. But having said that, amazing content stickability, love, data, and storytelling, which is your strength. Just tie out a little bit of loose end, and it was one of the most amazing speeches which I have heard in all Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club. And I'm pretty sure all of us would look as a benchmark for it. Back to you, Toastmaster Sai, as the lead evaluator.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start off by saying I completely disagree with my content evaluator. My content evaluator did not listen to the same speech I did. But let me explain why I say that. Brilliant, you are a great speaker. You're very brilliant. You're funny, you're engaging, you use your body well. You, in fact, danced for us, which is great. All that is great. But I would also suggest that you may be too clever for your own good. Because when I heard your speech, I was racking my brains. Like, what do I say about content which does not seem researchy to me? And finally struck me, aha, what is true about your speech is that most of it is A, anecdata, B, hearsay, and 3, apocrypha. You gave us a research topic cannot be based on anecdata, hearsay, and apocrypha. You have to be able to back your data up with real factual information corroborated by somebody else, not by stuff that you have claimed pulled out of the back of your pocket. For example, you talked about things that happened to you in your family. That's anecdata. It sounds like data, but it's an anecdote. So I would warn you, if you want to take your research project seriously, and I would definitely recommend that you take this project seriously and do it again, anecdata is not the way to go. Hearsay, who's Kashif? I don't care who Kashif is. Is he brilliant? No. Is it something that Brilliant looked up himself? No. Kashif is nobody to me. That's hearsay. All he said about all the data he gave you is hearsay. It is not research. Please look up the definition of research. Because you're a doctor, you clearly know what research means. So I would definitely recommend that you do not try to be too clever for your own good in the context of the speech. Finally, apocrypha. The life of Brilliant is great. I love it. I'm very happy to hear all that happened in your life. Your experience with your parents, all that stuff is apocrypha about you. Nobody cares. It's not research. Was I there to corroborate it? Was the audience there? Did we watch your life unfold in front of us like the Truman Show? No. So all this makes me think that you, Brilliant, did not match your speech objectives, which is my job as the lead evaluator to be honest with you. I would recommend you go through the speech objectives once more, understand and recollect what research looks like from your time as the time before you were a doctor and when you became a doctor, and you understand that and come back to this audience and present a speech which looks like research and not aha, anecdata, hearsay, and apocrypha. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. I would now request DTM Brilliant to please come forward and provide his views on this.
Thank you for that sharing of the evaluation. While I hear what people have said, and thank you for that. Just to corroborate what I said, I think some of the elements may have been missed out because of maybe network issues. I don't know. One, Kashif is a digital marketing head, who's a subject matter expert for me. As per the project objectives, I could speak to someone who is an expert in that field, and he gave me a reference of Adobe research, which is the context of all the data points that I have shared. So I would not say that it's hearsay and it is not anecdotal. It is obviously supplemented by the Adobe research, which was stated very clearly. And Kashif's expertise as the head of the digital marketing was clearly substantiated at the start. While I may agree to the point that the aspects about the family may not be relevant, that's probably an area where I would definitely look for enhancing my delivery style and the content. Overall, while I do agree with some of the suggestions, I do not feel that the AHA part that the evaluator mentioned, the lead evaluation mentioned, is true, because one, Kashif is a digital marketing head of my company and he is a subject matter expert. Second, all the data mentioned were from the Adobe research, which was stipulated at the start. That's from me. Thank you once again, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, PTM. Brilliant.
General Evaluator, can I please raise a point of order here?
If that is allowed, okay.
I don't know if it's allowed or not, but I feel the definition of hearsay is to say I heard it from someone called Kashif or someone else that here's the data I'm backing my statements on. That is hearsay. It will not stand in a court of law. It should not stand in a Toastmasters meeting. That's just my opinion on this.
With your permission, General Evaluator, the Adobe research is a published document, and obviously I read the document before I presented the report. So the substantiation about it being hearsay, as I said, it's a perspective, it's a view that the evaluator has. I would respect that, but at the same time, I would not classify it as hearsay because I personally read that report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai and DTM Brilliant. We'll move on to the third segment for now, which is for the table topics evaluation segment. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Kunal to lead this segment. Over to you, Kunal.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Hi, everyone. This is Kunal, the lead coach for the session delivered by our President Toastmaster Nirmala Menon as a part of a project. Before I give my evaluation, I would like to call upon the content evaluator and delivery author first. For the content evaluator is the content coach is Toastmaster Akshay Singh. Akshay Singh, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kunal. Good evening once again, everyone, as well as Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Nirmala. Toastmaster Nirmala, in the content aspect, I love how you set the guidelines at the start, how you wanted people to know what is table topics aspect, what are the skills they're going to develop. And you also mentioned a structure and how you will proceed. Second aspect, which I loved, was after each speaker, you called out an evaluator so that they can give feedback, and then you shared your thoughts, wherein you pick up content from the speaker and mention a conclusion note. In all these aspects, what I felt was the content was there. You did it in each and every segment, but it could have been much better. I would like to point out how. When you mentioned the flow, how we are going to go ahead, there was some confusion and the first speaker got confused completely. You could have highlighted the flow in this manner that the person whom I choose will select the topic, they will speak, and then they will select another person who shall do the topic, or else another person who you as a table topic master select would give the evaluation and then speak ahead. That would have simplified that process. Second point, as each evaluator were already sharing a recommendation and commendation, you could have summarized the speaker's speech and not add on to what can be point of recommendations or point of commendation, but summarize the speech content delivered by the speaker such that it recollects in everyone's mind. That was what I felt over there. The third point was when you were mentioning the summary, at certain points I felt you repeated the content. You mentioned one point If you would like to know for each speaker what you mentioned, you can connect with me offline. But you mentioned the point and then you went into a repetitive mode. It could have been avoided such that there is a simple structure or summary which is effective for all our audience. Back to you, lead evaluator Kunal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay, for your detailed evaluation. I would like to call upon our delivery coach for Toastmaster Nirma, Toastmaster Sitaraman. Sita, over to you.
Thank you, lead evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters, guests, and my target speaker, and also the table topic master of the day, Nirmala, Toastmaster Nirmala. So I would be giving a delivery evaluation of how you conducted the table topic session. And we have forgotten the SOAP paradigm here so far, so I just thought I will draw some inspiration of SOAP. So S, largely around your speech, the way that you had delivered your table topic session. Clarity was overall okay. From an vocal variety perspective, you could have probably added a little bit of more modulation. For example, the topics were very interesting. Something like, can eating betel leaf cure COVID-19? You could have probably put that sort of an expression, is what I thought. The O&A part of it related to orientation, engagement, and active listening. I would probably give you a 55-45 for that. You had good feedback. You were able to understand the delivery of each of those table topic speakers. However, I found that some of your feedback was more to do with the opinion of the table topic speaker, rather than on how the person has delivered the speech. You did improve upon gradually on that, especially when towards the last speaker, Sangeeta, you were really looking at delivering it more on how the speech was structured. Going to the last part of the SOAP, which is the P, the passion. You're full of energy. We've always been seeing that, full of smile. A little bit of regulation on that could have also helped, I thought so. In a way, like, reaching to the last topic. There we go, coming to the last topic of the session today. Somewhere there, the passion could have been nicely modulated. Overall, you are original and pure as Dettol. Had added the fineness of Lux and the glow of Dow. I thought the overall table topic session would have been truly ebullient. Back to you, lead evaluator.
Thank you so much, delivery evaluator. Now, I would like to tell my views about, I would like to give my evaluation for Toastmaster Nirmala. Toastmaster Nirmala, you are a brilliant speaker and you delivered an ebullient table topic session, and kudos to you for that. Now, let me come first to the purpose of this project. The purpose is to demonstrate that you have actively listened to each and every tabletop speaker. I agree with you, and you did that. But the evaluation, the project states that you have to demonstrate what the speaker said. So, in your feedback or evaluation that you were giving at the end of each speech, it more seemed like an evaluation, and it should not have been. It should not have been recommendations, all recommendations from your side. Yes, correct. It shows that you are actively listening to each and every speaker. But here, the motivation was to give supportive comments to the speaker. We already have an separate evaluator for each and every table topics. But the project states that you demonstrate and say what the speaker has spoken about. You give your views maybe about that, and you show it in that manner, and rather than giving all recommendations only about it. At the end, you did it with you did it only for one of the speakers, that is Toastmaster Sangeeta. Yes, you did it that you stated all the points that she covered in her speech, but that should have been done for each and every case. Give a recommendation maybe as well at the end, but maybe you should have focused and told about each and everything that each and every speaker has said. That will actively show that you have actively listened to each and every thing the speaker has said. Otherwise, you are very confident and you have put on a very engaging session, amazing table topic session, as I said again. And yes, you were an active listener as well. Congratulations. And with this, I close my evaluation. Over to you, Chandil Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kunal, for the evaluation of the table topic segment. We will now have the timers report. for the voting for the best coach. I would request Toastmaster Akshay to please come forward and present the timings.
We can have Nirmala's response first to the evaluations.
Yes, Nirmala's response.
Right, my bad. Yes, I'm very sorry. Toastmaster Nirmala, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. I would like to thank all my evaluators for the wonderful recommendations given. I accept everything that has been said because at the end of the day, we know how we have performed, definitely. And I agree to whatever has been said. Just one aspect that I want to ask is, do you think that I should give this particular speech again?
I feel that you have demonstrated your skills, but my just point was that you should have given, taken it differently, but you have showed, you are giving recommendations, which means that you have actively listened to us. So that's, I think you have completed the purpose of this project. That's all from my side. So yeah. No.
Okay, thank you. I'll go by your feedback. Thank you so much once again. That's all from me. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala. Apologies once again. Now would request Toastmaster Akshay to please come forward and share the timing report.
All right. Toastmaster Puneet took 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Toastmaster Arvind took 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Toastmaster Jason took 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Speaker response Atul took 33 seconds. Toastmaster Arvind in the second speaker took 1 minute, 32 seconds. Toastmaster Puneet took 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Toastmaster Sai took 2 minutes, 18 seconds. And speaker response was for 1 minute, 32 seconds. And the third speakers, Toastmaster Sita took 2 minutes, 12 seconds. Toastmaster Akshay took 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Toastmaster Kunal took 1 minute, 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Nirmala's response was for 35 seconds. So I believe all the evaluators or all the coaches today have qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. Will the voting link go up now or in a while? Yes, okay, it's here. Right, I think we can get moving. I would request our counter for today, Toastmaster Advait, to please come forward and share the our counters report. Over to you, Advait.
Okay, so good evening, everyone, once again. And I have a very long report. So, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sai Ramachandran, you had 1 Toastmaster of the Day, you had 1 Guest Tejal, you had 1 and 5 plus us. Table Topic Master, you had 5 plus us. The Toastmaster Kunal Jaini, you had 2 us as the lead evaluator for the table topic session. Toastmaster Sitaraman, you had 1 2 us during your speech before your evaluation when you had given a feedback. Toastmaster Abhinav Thakur, you had 1 Toastmaster Atul, you had 1 and Toastmaster Aditya Saxena, you had 2 us. Right now, for the number which I just announced for Toastmaster Atul and Toastmaster Aditya Saxena, this was for the evaluations they had provided to the table topic speakers. Then we have Toastmaster, guest Mahavir, I believe, 2 hours. Then we had guest Sangeeta, 1 hour. Then we had the Toastmaster Naveen, who gave the feedback, 1 hour. Toastmaster Aditya Saxena as the general evaluator, 1 hour. Content evaluator 1, Toastmaster Puneet, 1 hour. Oh, sorry, Toastmaster Mahavir, my bad. Then this is all the crutch words and the filler words which the members used. And now, um, the presidential address was flawless. The grammarian's initial address was also flawless. Toastmaster Atul, evaluator 1 lead, speaker number 2, evaluator 2 lead, Toastmaster Jai Singh, delivery coach Toastmaster DTM Arvind, and content coach as well as the delivery evaluation Toastmaster Sitaraman were all flawless. I hand it over back to you, Toastmaster Aditya Saxena.
Thank you, Toastmaster Advait. I would now call upon Toastmaster Naveen to share the grammarian's report. Over to you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So first of all, there were excellent phrases and words used today, which I would like to highlight. Now, the first of all, coming to the word of the day, it was used by these many users. Toastmaster Tanvi used it twice. Distinguished Toastmaster Arvind used it twice. Toastmaster Puneet J used it twice, and then and we had brilliant uses for the word of the day. And I would like to congratulate everyone. In case I've missed anyone, please forgive me, because since I was noting down so many things, but these were the users or the members and guests who had used it today. For the idiom of the day, I really couldn't catch anyone who had used it, but again, forgive me in case anyone would have used it and I might have missed it. Now, coming to the areas which we can work upon in the grammarian report, there are mainly 4 areas: mispronunciation, grammatical mistakes, non-sequiturs, and malapropisms, which we really observe in over here. So there were certain words which were mispronounced today. For example, authenticity was mispronounced by someone. Steadily, effect. So it was mispronounced as effect or in some different manner. Important. Ending was. Overall. Data. Behavioral. And in Toastmaster, we tend to avoid Mr. and try to use Toastmaster, especially if the member is Toastmaster. Toastmaster or distinguished Toastmaster. And now there were some grammatical mistakes as well. Be with us till the end, someone had said. Ideally, it should be remain with us till the end. That's the only my opinion. That's my only opinion. You kind of created a synergy. You created synergy should be the ideal manner. Listening your speech, listening to your speech. They knows very well, someone said, and ideally it should be they know very well or they know quite well. Now, these are malapropisms. Of course, they were used intentionally, but I mean these are just used as a part of fun. Like jab be met, so it means something else, but that's how it's spoken. And Kauchela, again, it's used in a humorous manner, but these are all categorized as malapropisms. There isn't anything to work about, but these are just some things to highlight. Now, there were a lot of good usages of language, which I would like to highlight. Someone had said feelings might get hurt, egos might get bruised. It's a wonderful use of phrase. Who will give commendations and recommendations? Saponification, it's a wonderful word used, and I checked it out, and so because even I didn't know what was the exact meaning, so it's a wonderful word used, and its meaning is a process involved in conversion of fat, oil, and lipid, although it was mentioned by the speaker. Technophile, a person who is enthusiastic about new technology. Then there was a tring tring, which was said by distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant. So it's known as onomatopoeia. So in any word which is spoken as how it sounds. Then there was epilepsis, that if you were to win any such award, which one would you win? So I mean, the win is coming in the middle of the sentence and towards the end of the subsequent sentence. So that is what is known as epilepsis. Keep fit to the like tone, wonderfully used word. Quack measure to contract COVID. Then there was endoplosis, used by Toastmaster Sangeeta. Before it affects you, you are affecting it. Then these were some wonderful words which were used, which I wasn't aware about. Anecdata, acrophil, and hearsay, which means rumor or some other words. Now, I would like to also highlight some rhetorical devices which were used, because rhetorics are something which are music to the ears, and this is what we really encourage in Toastmaster. So different rhetorics which were used today, there were alliterations, promote quality of life by population control and positives. So, and then there was another P which was used subsequently, which I missed. So there was a P which were used quite often. Ensure efficacy of the session efficiently. So E's are being used in the sentence 3 times. Then there are rhetorics which were used by the words. So more self-confidence, more leadership skills. So more is being used multiple times, not one, not two. Evaluator. It was used for evaluators by Nirmala, Toastmaster Nirmala. This happens in every meeting, that happens in every meeting. So again, it's a repetition. You are thinking about it, you go to Instagram, you go to something by Toastmaster Tejal, the shots you want, the shots you need. So this is a constant repetition of word in subsequent sentences, which is known as anaphora. Then there were rhetorical devices based on the words used. Let me just check. Okay, there were quite a lot of metaphors. I will stop my soap opera. So soap opera doesn't really mean soap opera, it means something else. I feel naked like a man running on the street like Archimedes. Dopamine was high in my blood, religiously following the lockdown. Second episode of the soap opera. So these were all metaphors which were used, which denote something else, but they were used very, very efficiently. Then there were some ellipses. Ellipses are when the full sentence is not spoken, but the listener is able to understand what the speaker really means. For example, green screen 5 minutes will show up. At 6 minutes, yellow screen will show up. And 7 minutes, red screen at 7 minutes. So it's spoken in short, but it's understood by the listener. Epizeuxis, there was a subsequent use of tring, which is epizeuxis. Hyperboles. It was not a bomb as other. It will not bomb as other jokes do. SASI. Then size is the road monster in India. Distinguished Toastmaster Atul, redefining the customer journeys. Distinguished Toastmaster Brilliant. Personification, the humble soap. Taming of a road monster. Personification means when human attributes are given in any sentence. So the humble soap, taming of a road monster. Your apps never sleep. Hyper-personalization, the pop-up in Messenger. Hands popping out of the screen. The eyes said a lot where emotions were involved by distinguished Toastmaster Arvind Nair. So there were wonderful uses of personifications. Then there were rhetorics by the way of questions which were asked. What's on your mind, Brilliant? Do you believe that you can have the best of both worlds? Then for Couchella, it was said that, do you think it's true in your case? What would you want to do to benefit the person in case of COVID? It was used in table topics. Then there were hypophoras used. The difference between rhetorical question and hypophora is that in hypophora, the speaker also gives an answer to the question he asks. What is the road monster? Our carelessness and carelessness of others. What are the causes of the road monster? Excessive positive thinking of people. They do the stunts. How to tame the monster? First is psychological way, and then there were some other ways as well. So these are wonderful use of hypophoras. Lastly, we also had idioms and proverbs which were used very efficiently. Monkey business by distinguished Toastmaster Atul, killing two birds with one stone, having my cake and eating it too. Every coin has two sides, and laughter is the best medicine. So my thoughts on language evaluation, there were wonderful phrases and idioms which were used today. And just a few tips to improve English pronunciation is that decide on the option of English which you want to speak, slow down the words which you speak, imitate an English expert, practice on your own, listen to yourself, record yourself and listen to yourself, watch yourself, find a practice buddy, and lastly, sing a song and practice English songs. So overall, thank you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Naveen. Before we move forward, I would like to put forward a motion if we can extend the meeting by 10 minutes. Is that, can I have someone?
Seconded.
Thank you. So I'll quickly move on to the GE report. Right. So starting with the essay, a job very well done. All the objectives met, the mission purpose set, started evidently. So a wonderful job, Toastmaster Sai. I really like the guest introduction that was taken after the presidential address to involve them. So that was also very well done. The timer for today did a fantastic job keeping a tab on so many speakers who come and making sure that it's spot on, and also taking the role the last minute. So a great job, Toastmaster Akshay. One small suggestion from my side, I wouldn't call it a recommendation, is if possible, you can drop in the times in the chat box as well of who spoke for how long. So that really gives a good, clearer picture on, a consolidated report over there. The R counters report, very crisp report, I must say. Role was very well explained in the beginning, and you also started with the people's, with the members' filler words and the R counts, etc., and you finish it off with the flawless speakers. So that gave a very good ending towards your report. Grammarian, I think we all can agree, a fantastic report that really calls for a round of applause. And I really like that you shared your screen, which had the IOD and WOD, something that I'll take back to my club members as well. So well. Table topics master, role very well explained, very well done. You had an interactive way of choosing the topics. It was super random, but at the same time, it was connected with the theme, or you can say with whatever is happening today. So that was a lot of fun, I would say. So a job well done there as well. Moving on to the evaluation segments, the 3 segments of evaluation that we had for the speakers, that is for the 2 speakers and the table topics master, was really good. It was consolidated, concise, and very well put forth by everyone who came forward. Especially, I really liked Toastmaster Puneet's ROAD and Kunal's SOAP monikers and how they put forward the evaluation in that sense. So they all follow the CRC approach: commendation, recommendation, commendation, good, bad, good, in order to make sure that the speaker leaves the stage motivated. So I don't have anything to say there as well. So overall, a very, very good meeting. The meeting started well on time, and we are slightly late, yes, but it was a good meeting with a lot of learnings to take back. I just have one last recommendation for the grammarian. I think you missed the thumbs up rule in the beginning, so that could have been explained. But I think everyone being a seasoned Toastmaster followed that, and it was really good to see that there's a lot of heavy usage in terms of the WOD and the IOD today. So that's all from my side. I will now hand it back to our soap opera director, Toastmaster Tanvi, who has come up with a fantastic theme. I will be treating my soap, or rather my detergent, with a lot more respect, having known the process now. And it was truly a great theme. That's all from my side, and back to you, Toastmaster Tanvi.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for that insightful and detailed session. So the reason I chose this topic was that Lady Macbeth has been the mascot of the year for us. We're constantly washing our hands, trying to get the virus off our hands, off every single thing around us. So that said, here is a call for action for all of you, that soap will help you to keep the bugs at bay. It will not, so antibacterial soap or any kind of soap ultimately works in the same way. If it makes you feel safer, do use your antibacterial, but whichever soap, whichever detergent, whichever hand wash you would prefer, please keep using it. In conclusion, I would like to say, keep washing your hands, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will all surf the tide of the COVID wave. With that, I have truly enjoyed being the Toastmaster of the day for the day. And I would now like to hand over to the president for her closing address.
Thank you. Thank you,
Sorry. Yeah, we're waiting for this is the last poll for the day. So kindly vote and then we can have the president's address with the awards.
Let's vote here. Let me know when we can share the results, Kunal.
I'll be sharing the results with you in the personal chat.
All right, not a problem. Till then, a huge thanks to our members and guests who participated and attended this meeting. Without a doubt, and I say this again and again in every meeting, your presence, your participation took the quality of the meeting several notches higher. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. A special thanks to our TMOD, our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Tanvi, Toastmaster Navin, Toastmaster Aditya Saxena, Toastmaster Jai Singh, who volunteered to help us with roles. Without you, the meeting would not have been so good, so ebullient. We are grateful again. We keep looking forward to having you. Did I miss anyone out? I mean, I've taken names. Did I miss anyone out? You can help me. I take it that I've covered everyone. We keep looking forward to having you with us for many such meetings. If any of the guests who are here want to become a member of All Elite, please get in touch with the person who invited you, or you could get in touch with us directly also. We would love to have you as a member of our club. I just loved the way Toastmaster Tanvi spoke about the topic that has occupied everyone's mind for the entire 2020 and is still going strong, coronavirus, and the humble soap and water that we use to wash our hands. Again, a humble request to everyone to take your vaccinations on time. And above all, please do not forget to continue using the humble soap, hand wash, and water, because hygiene certainly helps. Wash hands, put on your masks, maintain distance, get vaccinated. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Do not fear. The virus will leave. It has to. Till then, we have to ensure we are healthy, wealthy, wise, and ebullient. Do we have time for to ask for a few guests to share the experience? Just one or two?
Can I have one?
Could we? Okay, Toastmaster Kunal, you can choose.
All right, let's hear it from the team audit itself.
Yes, Toastmaster Tanvi, your experience with us.
So this is the second time I'm attending the All Elite meeting, and I have always enjoyed being a part of this club. It's really insightful, it's fun, and all the speakers, evaluators are par excellence. So I really look forward to every alternate Saturday when we have these meetings. And thanks for having me.
We look forward to having you here. Everyone, each one of you. Thank you so much. Can we, okay, you've shared the, just give me a minute. I will share the results. Kunal, I don't know, my screen is not functioning. Could you do it for me, if you don't mind? There's some issue with it.
Okay, I'll share the screen, no worries. You just call out the names.
All right, please do that.
So you can see the names, right? I mean, I'll text. Are you able to see the results? Yeah.
I can see it now.
Yeah.
It's gone back again.
Should I send it to you on WhatsApp?
Please, that would be good. There's some serious issue here.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, now I can see it. So I'll announce the winners. Let's quickly do it. We are at 9:14 now. Best table topic speaker. Anybody?
Wow.
Oh, Best table topic speaker, Sangeeta.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The ribbon has been shown before I could ask. Okay, best, wonderful. Congratulations, Sangeeta.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Best lead evaluator, Kunal Jani.
Thank you everyone.
Best content evaluator, Puneet. Congratulations, Puneet. Congratulations, Kunal. Best delivery evaluator is Arvind Nair. Congratulations, Arvind. I know you don't look forward to getting any of the ribbons, but please accept it. We have the best role player is Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tanvi. Congratulations, Toastmaster Tanvi. And last but not the least, best role player is our very own grammarian, Toastmaster Naveen. Thank you so much. All role players, all winners, congratulations. We will send the ribbons to you by direct mail. So Kunal will be sharing it with you. Thank you so much. All right. So with
Let's
all
have
this,
a group photo.
yes, please have. Yay!
All
Oh, wow. Wow, that's good. Let's have a group photo. Everybody, please put on your cameras.
Area director, we have Pratibha. All of us are here.
Wow, great. Hi everyone.
Enjoy today's meeting.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Can everyone put on their videos? Tejal, Aditya. Please take a group photograph, Kunal.
Who's taking? Lakshay.
I've taken.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.